Hey everyone, Andy Stickle here. Somebody sent me a question today and I wanted to address it in the group here. They said, I have a virtual office. I utilize a virtual mailing address that sends mail to my mailbox store in, it's a place in Pennsylvania right outside of Philadelphia. Do you know how Google treats businesses that use mailbox stores? I've heard they don't give them a priority. Well, I got bad news for you. You're right. They don't like people that don't have physical addresses. Really, you can kind of thank locksmiths for this. What locksmiths used to do is they used to go get a virtual office in every single zip code, and then that way, whenever someone would enter whatever city it was, locksmith, they would come up first. So Google kind of has taken measures to make it so that virtual offices and mailbox stores, things like that, they don't want to rank you for those types of locations. So we've been having a lot of trouble lately. It's not impossible. Don't get me wrong. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult. It's much more difficult than if you have an actual location. What we've been recommending our clients that can afford to do it is to rent an executive suite for a couple months. It's going to cost you more than a virtual office. Like if you were to go to like a Regis or something, an address, you might be able to get an address for $100. By the way, don't use Regis because we've had a lot of the ones that we have made it work for typically are not Regis offices because everyone uses Regis offices. But what we have done in the past for some clients is we told them to get an executive suite, and that's where you actually have a room or like a dedicated office at the location. Google is really cracking down on this. They've got third parties that are actually verifying the validity of these addresses now. We have one client who's actually, you might even be watching this video, he had an office and he had to he actually had to do like a FaceTime video with Google to verify that his office is actually where he says it is. So it's not simple. If you can afford to do it, get an executive suite, get an office. But I definitely think you're going to have a hard time using that mailbox. So. If you have any questions, let me know if you want any more tips or things like that. But yeah, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but just something to keep in mind if you have an executive suite, if you have a virtual office, if you use a satellite office, different things like that. Google is not being too friendly to them.